You haven't heard of us, but we have been here since 1729. I come from a very old family of hardworking farmers in an eastern colony of America. You haven't heard of us, but we have been here since William and his brother were selling out the natives' land and saying that there were mutual agreements to do it. My people were bilingual from at least 1729 until just after 1944. And still, they were at least as patriotic as anyone else coming here since. We fought in the Revolutionary War. Though we had farms to work and families to support, we have a small city and a university named for our family name. No one outside of the area knows the traditional way to pronounce it, and they don't know what the mispronounced version of our town name means. So we shouldn't be offended, but inside we cringe when people say it wrong. Because the mispronounced version means something that people do when they're violently ill in our dialectical language. We came to America before ship lists were well kept. But even then we were literate and we could write well. We signed our names to the oath of allegiance with a grace that most would struggle with today. Why were we only farmers? Yeomen, then? Well, for one, if you came on a ship with your way paved, you were rich. If you weren't a servant to start out and in debt to your passage, you were free once you arrived here. Unless you were dead, and many of us were. However, how did we come here with the money to buy over 500 acres of land within just the first generation? We saved, we had faith, we had honor, we did not give up. If there is one characteristic that those of us who have survived long enough to procreate have, it is perseverance. Some of us didn't live long after our wives died. In fact, most of us died about 20 years before she did. She never remarried. And she was always taken care of by our will and by our children. You all have plenty to be proud of. You are here, which means your people survived. Sometimes that was all anyone could say. These days, we think about enjoyments and satisfactions and preferences. That's fine, but what we came from, all of us who are here, we come from rough folk who were scrappy and found our survival and satisfaction through primitive means. That is what it means to be human, to survive and to thrive. Don't fault your desperate moments. We are all desperate.